We need to evaluate this expression. I know the value for A is 2 and the value for B is -3. The most important part is plug these numbers into the expression and follow every single sign and be sure what we are doing the correct thing with the negative sign in this case. So what I'm going to do is plug this A, so I don't write this A anymore. I'm going to make this number 2 because A equals 2. I'm opening now one parenthesis. Now this B is -3, so instead B I'm gonna write -3 minus. Okay, what is my value for A? This A is only 2, but this B is -3 and also is squared, so this is -3 and this goes square. And I'm gonna close this parenthesis again. Once I get the numbers plugged in the expression, I need to follow the rule PEMDAS in order to solve this correctly. So PEMDAS stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division. These go together, whatever is first, and addition and subtraction is also together and whatever is first in order they appear. So in this case I have a parenthesis, but inside this parenthesis I also have something to do, and I have to follow again PEMDAS inside this parenthesis. So what I need to do now is only this exponent. And this exponent means that it's -3 squared. -3 squared, you remember, is -3 squared is not -3 times 2. It's -3 times another -3. So in this case, I'm going to take this negative times negative is going to make a positive, and 3 times 3, this is 9. So now I'm going to replace this -3 squared and I'm going to write the number 9. So I'm going to make everything exactly the same. 2, -3, minus 2. So in my parentheses, I don't make this -3 squared. I'm going to make 9 over here and I close the big parentheses. Now I'm going to make multiplication and division because I already did exponents. This is this number 2. My parenthesis stays -3 and I'm going to make this number. This is -2 times 9. This is -18. And then I close it. Now I'm going to make this addition, or in this case subtraction, inside the parentheses. But this number 2 stays. This is the number 2. I'm opening one parenthesis, -3 and -18. I need to add. So these numbers are negative. So this is -21 because both numbers are negative. And finally, I'm going to multiply this number 2 times -21. This is positive. Even when you don't see this positive sign, we know this is a positive. Now we have negative times positive, or in this case positive times negative. This is a negative number. And 2 times 21, this is 42. And this is my answer for this expression. So I can say A times B minus AB squared. When A equals 2 and B equals -3, my answer here is -42. So we have another problem to practice. See you next.